Right now, your phone is within arm's reach. You know it. You feel it. Even if the screen is dark, some part of your brain is still listening for it. But the real answer for why you can't leave it alone is far stranger than willpower or addiction. It starts with a sound, or a rustle, or a shadow moving at the edge of your vision. For most of human history, that flicker of attention meant something. It meant a snake in the grass, a stranger near the fire, a change worth noticing because missing it could cost you everything. Your brain never stopped doing this. It just changed targets. Anthropologist Sarah Blaffer-Hrdy has spent decades studying what she calls the hypervigilant social brain, the part of you built not just to watch for predators, but to constantly track the shifting alliances of other people. Who is talking to whom? Who is angry? Who might turn against you next? In small ancestral bands, social information was survival information. If you didn't know your status in the group, you could be pushed out. And being pushed out of the group, alone on the savannah, was often a death sentence. So your brain built a system to keep checking. Constantly, automatically, whether you wanted it to or not. Now fast forward. The checking never went away. It just got a new home. Psychologist B.F. Skinner discovered something unsettling back in the 1950s, working with pigeons and livers. He found that if you reward a behavior every single time, the animal will do it reliably but stop as soon as the reward disappears. But if you reward it unpredictably, sometimes yes, sometimes no, on no fixed schedule at all, the animal becomes almost impossible to stop. It keeps pressing the lever. It keeps checking. It keeps hoping this time is the time. He called this a variable ratio reinforcement schedule, and it produces the most compulsive behavior psychology has ever measured. More compulsive than steady rewards, more compulsive than guaranteed outcomes. Sound familiar? Every time you unlock your phone, you don't know what you'll find. Maybe nothing. Maybe a message that matters. Maybe 50 likes on a photo you almost didn't post. Your brain doesn't know which outcome is coming, so it keeps pulling the lever. This is not an accident of design. It's the design. But the story goes back further than any app, because the real question isn't why phones are addictive. It's why your brain is so easily hijacked by uncertainty in the first place. Here's the strange part. Uncertainty used to be dangerous. Now it's the thing you seek out. For your ancestors, an unpredictable environment meant threat. A rustle that might be wind or might be a predator required immediate resolution. You couldn't afford to ignore it and wait to find out later. Evolution built you to resolve uncertainty as fast as possible, because slow resolution got you killed. Neuroscientist Robert Sapolsky has documented how the brain's dopamine system responds most strongly, not to reward itself, but to the anticipation of reward, especially when that reward is uncertain. In his research on primates, dopamine neurons fired hardest not when the treat arrived, but in the moment just before, when the animal didn't yet know if it was coming. That gap, that unresolved moment, that's where the itch lives. Your phone manufactures that gap hundreds of times a day. The notification you haven't opened yet, the message preview that cuts off before the important part, the little red dot that tells you something is waiting, but not what. Every one of these is a rustle in the grass. Every one of these asks your ancient alarm system the same question it's always asked. Is this something I need to know right now? And every time, the answer used to matter. Now, it usually doesn't. But your brain hasn't caught up to that yet. You check the news, nothing urgent. You check your messages, nothing urgent. You check again 10 minutes later anyway. This is not weakness. This is 30,000 generations of pattern recognition running headfirst into a machine that never runs out of patterns to offer you. There's a deeper twist here, though. It isn't just about threat detection, it's about belonging. Humans are, before almost anything else, social animals. Psychologist and researcher John Cacioppo spent much of his career studying loneliness, and what he found was startling. Social disconnection doesn't just feel bad. It activates the same neural pathways as physical pain. Being excluded from the group once meant real, physical danger, and your brain still treats exclusion that way, even when the group is a comment section you'll forget about by tomorrow. So when you check your phone, you're not just looking for information. You're checking your status. Are you still included? Did anyone respond? Are you still part of the tribe? This is why an unanswered text can feel disproportionately heavy. This is why a like feels like a tiny nod of acceptance from the grow.